Come here.
Okay, we're going live, Hike.
The following program may contain adult language and mature subject matter and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
Down, copy. Down. Down, copy.
Welcome to the Heikadlic Show right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board, send us an email right now. Our email address is instudio101@gmail.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, right to your host of the Heikadlic Show, Mr. Heikomantic.
Good evening, everybody. Back again Monday night on the Heikadlic Show. And tonight I have my two co-hosts with me. You guys there? Terry and Mr. Ringo?
We're here, brother. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. And I hear tonight we have a special guest as well, don't we?
Yeah, he's already here with us.
Hello.
Isn't that wonderful?
Mr. George Andrew from the Atomic Ballroom.
Yeah.
Nice to have you back, Al.
Yeah,
It's
thanks
nice
for coming
to be
on
back.
again, George. It's awesome.
No problem.
You're going to make our ratings go up like you did last time. Everybody keeps asking for you.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, we're desperate. We need some numbers.
Yeah, that's right.
George, yeah, get comfortable. Yeah, so we've got George, and he's got a surprise for us, and hopefully it'll entertain our guests. And yeah, so
Well, I think we should start the show off on the right foot. I know everybody's
Where you're
expecting
headed with
this.
that.
So let's all get a drink in our hand, and we'll play the tune, as George would say, and
That's
we'll have
right.
a toast to all our listeners.
I'm almost empty here. I'll have to get
Oh, you're going to need another one.
So the fridge is over there. I'll do
Oh, that was
Wow.
awesome. Okay,
that was good.
there we go.
Haven't had a beer in a while.
I'd like to say the same, but I'd be lying.
I have not had one since yesterday.
Yeah, same. So that's a while, I guess.
Yeah.
So what's new and exciting with everybody here tonight? Anything? What happened over the weekend? Anybody? Someone?
No, still doing the old, being cautious and all that.
What's
Go
that,
ahead,
Hike?
Hike.
Well, the weekend is drink beer because I screwed my back up earlier on last week, and I've been like incapacitated ever since.
Well, that's because you got those blue pills, right? Trying the it, the Viagra or Cialis or something?
Yeah.
Or it's the sex chair went wrong on him. He flipped out the back of it.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with the pills is I keep putting them in the wrong orifice.
Right.
Oh, nice.
So it up.
They're not. Viagra's not meant to be a suppository, right?
Yeah, they're not suppositories, eh?
No.
Yeah.
But I like the
figured that-
effort.
Yeah, good times. Yeah. If you're putting them there, I guess that
fun.
makes you a bottom.
Well,
Yeah, I've done absolutely nothing all week.
Well, it was a week ago for me. I mean, it wasn't over the weekend, but a week ago. Actually, a week ago tonight, I became a grandfather for the third time. So
Yeah.
a hat trick.
Wow.
So I've got 3 granddaughters, and this one from my other son, James, is called Georgia,
Nice.
after a
Oh,
grandfather.
Nice. Well, congratulations for the third time, my friend. That's excellent. As long as the baby's healthy and everything, mom is all good and everything.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Awesome.
I mean, everything's good.
That's great news.
Yeah.
The
A
family
lot of
gets
pressure
bigger.
on me, though. I know.
Right.
Everybody,
It's like
drink up again. We got to toast George. Congratulations, pal.
That's right.
Cheers.
That's big news. Cheers.
Sorry, I got confused with
Actually,
drinking.
if you have time, if you have a little bit of time later, I'll tell you about my second son, who was born in 1981, and I wasn't even in the country at the time. I was in Paris, and I don't think Liz has ever totally forgiven me for that. But you know, there's a whole story behind that.
So your wife is about to give birth. You just out the country, or
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
That's how you do that.
I'll tell you. Well, the first son.
You're pregnant?
Well, the first son was back in '77, so there's no in those days in the dark ages. Fathers just weren't welcome in the delivery room, whatever you call it, right? So literally, I think it was like 1:30 in the morning that everything started. So we didn't live very far from the hospital. Literally, it was down the street, if not even that far. So we bundled into the car, drove up to the back door, and there's just one single light bulb just above the door. And ring here. And he rang the bell, and the door opened. It was like a horror movie. The light kind of spread out, and this woman appeared and said, "Right." She took Liz in. Boom. She said, "We'll let you know when something happens." Slammed. The door was shut, and I was just stood there under this single bulb. I thought, "We'll just go home and wait for the phone call." So that's how it was back in '77.
Wow.
So in '81, when James was due, that was Adam, our first son. And when James was actually due, it was like April 26th. It was his official date. And I used to work for a mail order firm. I used to handle all the type and all the writing, the copywriting. Did a lot of work with printers. And as the things went along, it was always the black cylinder was the last thing you could change, because once you do all the colors on the others, you can't do it unless you spend a fortune again. So I used to, towards the end of the catalogs, I used to travel to different printers and just sit there and make sure everything was right. So at the end of the 70s, early 80s, all the printing, because of the unions and the strikes, went into Europe. So the company I worked for in the daytime then used to print in like Germany, Switzerland, France, Italy. And we were doing something, and it meant going over to do exactly that, sit there, get the phone calls from Manchester, and do all the last minute changes.
Right.
So it cropped up that we were being printed in this particular section of the catalogue was being printed in Paris, France. So I said to Liz, "I'll be back for Sunday. I'll be back on Friday." Like Friday was the 24th, and Sunday would be the 26th, James's actual due date. I said, "I'll be back on Friday. I'm only there for like 3 days." So I flew out on the Tuesday morning and was flying back Friday evening. So I thought, bags of time. I've got 2 days to spare, and at that time, they were letting fathers into delivery rooms. I thought, I hate that stuff. I hate hospitals. The smell of them. I really didn't want to do it. I'm very squeamish, right? And especially something like that. So, we're out there, and there was no internet or anything like that. So you literally, it's not like you could just, text home or anything like that. So luckily, a lot of family around where we lived then. So it wasn't like I abandoned her with no one to look after. There was lots of family there, back in Manchester, around the corner and up the street. So anyway, it's Friday morning. I've done all my stuff. I did all my stuff like the first day I got there, Wednesday. And, that was all done. It was the photography guy was doing all this stuff that I traveled out with. And he was doing the last minute stuff, but I was done. So I went off like sightseeing in Paris, at Napoleon's tomb, up the Eiffel Tower, the Champs-Élysées, doing the whole thing, right? Like 2 days, because we weren't due back until the Friday evening. And anyway, Friday morning, like presses are ready to go. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. We got to the factory, the printers, and like there's these French guys there, and I used, little try to practice some French with them, blah blah blah. I'm having a laugh, and I'm just waiting to go home, basically. Anyway, we get the phone calls. One of the secretaries comes in and says, "Oh, there's a call for George from Manchester." And like, everyone's like, uh-oh, a last minute change to like the type or the cylinder or whatever, So there's like the factory manager, there's like the rep, there's like, and they're all looking, oh no, like, oh my Lord, and all that. And I'll go, so I go and answer the phone, and it's Adrian, who I work with in the office back in Manchester, and he goes, George, yeah, it's a boy. a lizard had the baby. Right, so fantastic. They've been okay. Yeah, I said okay, fantastic. But they called work from the hospital. Like a sister called my work, and they'd called me. So I put the phone down. I looked up, and there's like these faces like looking at me for this. Like, what the hell? We're gonna have to like reschedule everything. It's gonna cost an arm and a leg. And I went, oh no, nothing to do with the work. I said, my wife just had a baby. My son. It's like, a baby, yeah, celebrate champagne. So then it took me out for lunch, and the champagne. So I felt so bad, right?
You're just getting hammered. That a boy.
It was just great. So it stopped one of, it wasn't my better moments in our relationship, but it was. You can look back and laugh, but it was
you can laugh. Well, you can laugh, but now maybe not the wife.
Well, I don't bring that stuff. That story kind of crops up at times like this when there's a birth in the family.
Yeah.
That bastard there was in
tonight. George, this is your wife. When you get home tonight, we're going to have a little chat.
That's right.
I had to laugh. Scott writes in on Facebook, thought George was Ron Jeremy at first glance. And I have to laugh at that because Ron Jeremy's actually looking at about 90 years in prison right now.
Yeah.
Because he just got charged.
Yeah.
For all kinds of sexual stuff. I don't know, rape and all. Yeah, he just got nailed. He's looking at 90 years in prison.
Charges, isn't it? It's like
90 years.
Well,
he'll die.
Ron Jeremy.
Who sent that in?
Oh, yeah.
Gary, who sent that in?
Well, Ron Jeremy.
Scott.
That was Scott.
Scott?
Yeah.
Well, like I've had Ron Jeremy.
Mm-hmm. Just at first glance because of the mustache, I'm taking it.
It's a trademark. Yeah. I've had Ron Jeremy down the years. I've had Burton Cummings.
Burton Cummings. I could see that.
Frank Zappa. I've had a lot of.
Really? Eh?
John Bonham. Yeah. John Bonham was another one.
Right.
I get it.
I've got one of those faces. What can I say?
Right. You're all in one. They're all rock stars or porn stars. I'd take it.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Could be worse, couldn't it?
Oh shit. So actually, I see our buddy Peter is on Facebook right now watching the show. I just want to give him a shout out because I have to laugh. He posted a video. He has cameras in the front and back of his car when he's driving to work or wherever he's going every day. Yeah. And then he posts some of the craziest drivers that he stumbles across. And he found this guy in Bowmanville, I guess fairly recently, and he was on like a Vespa. And the dude was so hammered, he actually fell off his bike twice behind him and then got in front of him somehow and fell off. Oh, it's brutal. Dude, you should actually upload that right to our Facebook page, tag us in it or something. That's freaking hilarious. Not that I'm promoting drinking and driving. Wow. It's just no one got hurt and it was funny as shit. So I'm all, I'll take a laugh at that.
No, that's good. So, George, I get that once in a while about like the doppelganger kind of thing, where somebody look like somebody. So mine is apparently Gerard Butler, but I do stunts, so I don't really see it. But let me ask you something. Manchester, did you? So in the 70s, I guess, did you ever run into some cool bands like Black Sabbath or any of the bands that came out of that kind of area?
Black Sabbath are from actually from Birmingham, I think, or around near Birmingham in the Midlands. I'm from I'm from the northwest. Manchester. I'm trying.
Ringo just figures because you're from that part of the planet, you all know each other.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like
an island, right? It's a little island.
Right. Ajax is the melting pot of the world now. So.
It's what
some melting more than others. Right. Ajax is kind of a melting pot.
Yeah.
Ajax.
Especially today, it was 31 degrees today, right?
Yeah, it was gross today, actually.
Yeah, that's great. Like you grew up in Ajax, yeah.
Well, I lived in Ajax for 18 years. When we first came here from we actually moved in like April '88.
Yeah, it's nothing like it used to be back in '88. Oh, that's for damn
man, that's
sure.
Why I could not believe it. I mean, like,
I know I hung out there when I was 16 years old, and it's nothing even close to what it used to be like now.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, when we bought that house, sorry.
Where did you live?
Where did you live?
Oh, just off Westney Road, like Westney Road and the 401, literally right there. And I was working in Toronto then.
The Ajax Hospital.
Yeah, we were just north of the 401, and that's further down the other way, right, over Bailey.
And, okay. Yeah.
Not Bailey, Harwood.
Yeah, Ajax.
I was working into. I'm sorry. What's that?
Ajax has changed, hasn't it?
Oh, it's changed, yeah. Because like when we moved, we like bought the house in the November of '87, but didn't move till the April. And
right,
it was from the builder and everything, new house. But people in Toronto, because I was working in Toronto, and they'd go, "What the hell? What the hell are you doing out there? Like, where's Ajax? It's the boonies." And you travel in every night to get here. I went, well, yeah, it's against traffic. It's not that big a deal. They go, good Lord, like it was like the middle of nowhere to those people then in Toronto. It was crazy. And now, like, it's just part of Toronto, Yeah.
Toronto is, coming from the north. It's all a grid, right? You can't get lost in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's impossible. So.
No. Oh, right. No. I guess you forget the time you and I were headed to the rock pile. You were driving, and I somehow got us lost. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't get lost. I hold my beer. I can get us lost anywhere.
Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, it got lost.
And I was using a GPS system, and we ended up we missed the band we were going there to see.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You've got
talent.
I know.
In your own house, right?
What's that? I've got lost in my own house? Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Well, in the 70s, in Manchester, going back to Ringo's thing about some of the bands, I mean, not necessarily I don't really think Manchester came into its own musically more in the 80s, I think. With the likes of when the techno, the electro, the New Orders and all those kind of bands came along.
Yeah.
But I remember in the 70s going one night, again, I still had a day job then, and we all went out one night. I think someone's leaving. We went to a place in Manchester Centre. I used to walk home from the clubs in Manchester when I was like in my late teens. When you first started going to the clubs, you could walk to my mum's house. I used to not even get the all-night bus because it was quicker to walk home. It took me about half an hour from bang downtown Manchester to our house on Great Cheetham Street. But I remember particularly one time I went out to this club, and it was Generation X were playing, and Billy Idol. I mean, this would be 1977. 77.
Wow.
And he actually had red hair. I remember that.
Oh, did he? I love Billy Idol.
Yeah.
That would have been cool to see that.
Yeah. And like, because we used to work for this catalog firm.
Yeah.
Like there was different departments. There was like, the furniture departments. There was like, clothing departments and all kinds of stuff. And I had this particular friend who used to work in like the menswear department. Like there was like the elder menswear and the younger menswear. And he's called Mick McGreevy, big lad. Great lad, and he used to he showed up in this green pinstripe suit, like 3-piece suit, to the night we were going out, right? Because he had all these free clothes. He used to give me leather jackets and everything out of the sample room after they'd photographed them and everything. And so he shows up at this club called Rafters, and we're all drinking and what have you, and everyone else is there to see Generation X, and they're dressed accordingly as a Generation X, fan would dress. And Mick's there in his like tie and his 3-piece, very smart, like a lawyer. And he goes out on the floor, pogoing away with all the rest of them. I mean, and the bouncers come over and actually told him to leave the dance floor because he thought it was agitating the other customers.
Nice.
And he was all upset that he couldn't. Cause, he was the same age as the rest of us, but it was just crazy, like troublemaker in the 3-piece suit.
Who thought a 3-piece suit could get you in trouble, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a little a quick commercial, and when we come back from that, let's talk about your surprise, your trivia.
Okay, well, it's not that much of a surprise. I mean,
actually, when we come back, we're going to check to see if there's any emails first.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Hey, this is Brave, and you are listening to the Heikadlic Show right here on Reality Radio 101. Can you save me? Take this pain away. Can you save me?
Oh, yeah.
Do we have any emails?
Yeah.
Mr. G, are you there, or did you leave?
I am here. Yes.
We have.
You want emails, correct? Because you guys
Yes,
were
sir.
just
We
wondering
do.
what you said. Okay, so Carl, let's see. Carl writes in. He says, "Hello, guys, listening from Windsor, Ontario. Enjoy the show. Thank you very much, Carl."
Thanks, brother.
John writes in and says, "Is that George Andrew?" I'm a regular listener here on Reality Radio 101, and I do remember once in a while listening to George's show. It was nice. I didn't like a lot of the music he played, though. It was bubblegum disco.
Bubblegum.
Wow.
Bubblegum disco.
Okay. John?
I can't please everyone, but thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
story of my life, mate. Story of my life.
Right? Yeah, me too.
And
ahead, Gary.
Pierce writes in and says, "Hey, guys, any giveaways tonight?" That's from Pierce.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh,
Here.
maybe.
So you know what? We're gonna see what George has in store for us, and we might just do that.
Okay.
And Rengo will
Any
ship
more
away his thongs too that he's wearing tonight.
Oh, lovely.
But George, tell us about this surprise you have for
Well,
us.
prize. I've got questions.
No. Surprise, he said, not prize.
Oh, sorry. I've got some old T-shirts, giveaway T-shirts upstairs.
There you go.
Well, which would you like? There's 4 categories. There's 4
I want that
categories.
bubblegum disco ball that you got in your room.
Oh yeah.
Bubblegum disco ball. But I love disco. I mean,
Yeah.
what's the
Well,
bubblegum?
I think I've mentioned I'm a disco derelict house head that's trapped in a rock and roll body. That's me.
Oh.
Right.
Okay, that's
who I am.
Yeah, that's good. Good. What's your
So,
favorite disco
I've got-
song? We'll get into your trivia.
My
Do you
favorite
have
one.
a favorite disco song? What's your favorite disco song before we succumb
there's
to your trivia?
Lots. I think we mentioned we're chatting the other week. Casey and the Sunshine Band is one of my.
Oh, right.
heroes.
I was on a plane with
Yeah.
Casey. Yeah.
I know I was going to ask you about that, but I don't know if that's a good story, bad story. So I don't know.
No, it's a good story. Actually, I was sitting amongst the entire band, and I just walked out, I guess, and I was sitting beside Casey, and I had no idea who they were. They're old now, right? And you know, I'm a young girl.
You're a young girl? I know.
No, I said girl.
Wow. Yeah.
That's not what I heard.
Okay,
so we'll pick that up after, George. But okay, tell us about the game.
All right, so I've got 4 different things here. One's just a straightforward trivia question,
Right.
Easy peasy. I've got like a common link question. You have to figure out what the link is. I've got the end is nigh, which is like the last 2 or 3 seconds of a track. And
the end is nigh.
The end is nigh.
Is nigh. It sounds quite evil.
Yeah, it's like those guys. Exactly. The end of the world. The end is nigh. Or I've got an album. So this is called Lovely Backside. What does the front look like? And it's an album cover from my.
Nice face. Too bad. No, nice leg. Bad about her face. Okay.
And it's from my collection here, and I'll show you the back cover. So this is for people on Facebook because this is a visual thing, right? And see if anyone knows what the album is.
We can
or the
describe
artist is even. We'll accept that. So,
do
which would you like first?
What do you think, Heiko?
Do the album. Do the back of the album one first.
Back of the album. Okay. Make sure you
What
can see.
Heiko
Okay.
think?
No. We're gonna get you
I
to
can't fucking see it. That's what Heiko thinks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, that's just it. It's unfortunate, but I thought we'd do something visual as well as just audio.
Yeah, Heiko can't see it through a soup can and a string.
But we'll give Heiko a clue anyway. We'll give him a clue what it is. All right. You get 1 point for the artist and 1 point for the name of the album. So there you go. Heiko might get the. All right, but this is the back of the album. This is a lovely backside.
Trying to see what the hell that is.
Okay,
Oh,
so it looks like it's the back of an amplifier.
I know what it is. It's Roger Whittaker.
Roger Whittaker.
No.
Do you see that? Okay.
Okay, so we need some of our listeners and social.
I'll tell you. Track 1, side 1 is called Heat Seeker.
Oh,
Heat Seeker.
Heat Seeker.
Anybody on Facebook know this? Shout it out.
Derek, you might know this.
Derek's actually saying hello from Midland. Hey, Derek, do you know the answer to this?
That's the back of a TV, isn't it?
I can't tell if that's an amplifier or if that's the back of a transformer.
Little more, closer.
Oh. It's the back of a TV, I think.
Oh, okay, TV. Okay.
The old style TV, the big with the old valves and everything.
Oh, right. Yeah, I see. Right.
Judas Priest. No. Okay, we need to. There's got to be somebody out in our audience looking to answer this one for us.
All right. So do you want another one? Do you want an easy one while we wait to see if anyone comes up with that?
Derek just come up with AC/DC.
Oh, who said that?
Derek.
Yeah, it is AC/DC.
I thought it was. Oh. I knew the song he said. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's AC/DC.
High Voltage.
No.
What album is it? Oh, you get another point for that. We can't ruin it. Okay, Derek. Yeah. Figure out the album. You got the band.
We have no idea.
Any takers on this?
Come on, listeners, send us an email or text somebody. You guys know what the answer is.
So we know it's AC/DC. We know that much. I don't rememrember what that album is. It's got Heat Seeker on it.
And Heat Seeker's on it, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, let's go to the next one. If somebody thinks of it, they can throw that in.
Oh, this is really easy.
I'm going to open another beer. Thirsty listening to you guys.
No?
Yeah.
Dirty Deeds?
Cheers.
All right.
No.
Cheers.
No, it's not Dirty Deeds. Cheers. All right, this is called Who Are We?
That actually isn't called Who Are We?
I feel much better now.
Yeah, Heiko's feeling better now. He's got beer into him.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yep.
So what's the next one there, George?
This is a band. This is you'll get this straight away. Who are from Pasadena, California, and had their first success with a cover of a Ray Davies composition / Kinks tune.
Anybody know this?
And I remember getting it on a red vinyl on the Warner Brothers label back in '79, I think it was. Oh no, that was a different one. No, that was something else.
So the album cover.
Wow, you can remember that far back?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're from Pasadena, California, and their first chart success, was with the Kinks cover. You know, the British. Yeah. You've heard of the Kinks, Ray Davies. It was a number one for them over in the UK, but this was like in the Billboard charts that got into like the top 30, I think.
Right.
towards the end of the 70s.
You got me, that's for sure.
Ooh, you almost
Isn't
on the
that
title of the tune then. You got me. You're missing one word from the title of the tune.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah.
You really got.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that's awesome. I wasn't even trying.
All right. There you go. So it was the band.
It's a little band called Van Halen. They played a few bars.
Correct.
So and Derek gets that one. But Derek also answered, I think, the last question. Isn't the album called Heat Seeker?
No, it's not called Heat Seeker.
Okay, so he doesn't get a point.
It's not High Voltage, is it?
No, it's not
Right.
High Voltage.
I can't remember what album that's on now.
Dirty Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap. No?
Fly on the Wall?
It's kind of after. No, it's after that.
Shit, I can't remember. Well, damn.
It's amazing what I find in my collection or what's left of it.
Yeah.
I'll start looking.
Derek, there was no album called Heat Seeker.
What year?
Okay. Next.
Yeah.
1988 was the album was released in 88
Cool.
or 89, I think. All right. So, this is a bit of fun. You've got to connect what's common, other than they've had hit records and recording artists, with the following. We've got Paul McCartney, we've got Bryan Adams, we've got The Who, we've got Brian Wilson, we've got U2. Any ideas yet? So carry on. Madonna, Elton John, Sting, Annie Lennox, Duran Duran, and Neil Young.
Duran.
Yeah.
What's the question?
What have they all got in common? Other than making these records.
I was just going to say they're all artists.
Other than that. And I'll give you a clue in a minute, but I'll run through them again. It's Paul McCartney, Bryan Adams, The Who, Brian Wilson, U2, Madonna, Elton John, Sting, Annie Lennox, Duran Duran, and Neil Young. And the one I left off the list that maybe this will help you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Derek.
Derek got that. Good call, Derek. Holy shit.
Yes. Yeah. All of those artists performed at Live Aid in 1985. And in Live 8 in 2005 when they did the Live 8 thing.
Right. That was here in Canada. They had it at Molson Park. Is that the one you're talking about in 2005?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at that.
Yeah,
that was cool. I actually seen Bryan Adams at that and Motley Crue. It was great.
Wasn't it?
Okay.
We Are the World, though?
That would have been back in the 80s.
That was back in 84. That was like, well, they brought in England. They brought out "Feed the World." Do They Know It's Christmas, which started it all off. Right. And then, I'm glad you asked me on tonight.
You know what I just figured out? Hey, you know what I figured out?
What did you figure?
This guy, Derek, is smarter than you guys. He always gets the right answer.
Okay, first off, it's not a big leap to be smarter than me there, Hike, so slow it down.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So,
all right.
George,
hey, G, do we got any more emails by chance?
Not yet. Let me just refresh. Hang on. Nope, not as of right now.
I just didn't want to miss anybody. Just in case you were trying to get in on that.
Yeah, for sure. So, George, do you have any more trivia for us?
I've got the last one, which is the end is nigh. I'll play.
Okay. I know. We went through this earlier, so right. This I know this. Right.
Okay. All right.
Wait for it.
You got to get that one right.
Let's do that again. One more time.
The listeners, the watchers.
So who knows what that is?
That's the Monster Mash.
Yeah, no. Monster Mash. Yeah.
I know what it is, but
yeah, but you and I already went through this before the show started, so
yeah,
true.
That's right. I'll make next time a bit harder.
Oh, here comes the mastermind.
Oh, there he is. He's all over it again. Fuck,
Correct.
11, Derek.
Hey, our listener, Pierce, come on, Pierce. You wanted to
Good call, Derek. Even got the name, too.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got it. He got it Paralyzer by Finger 11. I was so happy when I got to see that live at the music hall. They were friggin' killer. I love Finger 11.
Yeah.
Who used to be the Rainbow Butt Monkeys when they first started out, for those who don't know. I'm sure Derek does.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that name. Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
name.
they started out as the Rainbow Butt Monkeys because they won the 97.7 Hits FM homegrown competition, I think it was, way back. It would have been back in the 90s, I would think. And then once they kind of started to build up, they basically changed their name to Finger 11.
Well, there you go.
Wow, Hike.
Cheers.
You got me in the ears with that.
Hey, Bobby. So Derek says Paralyzer from Finger 11.
Yeah,
so
good call, Derek.
Derek's doing well. He's got nearly everything.
Yeah, Derek, when it comes to music, Derek's pretty good with this stuff. He knows a little bit about music. He plays a little bit too, so.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby, how's it going, brother? Good to see you on here again tonight.
Yeah.
And say I want to give a shout out to Hayden as well.
I got a question for George.
Oh.
Hey?
Go
George?
for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay,
Yeah, go on
I'm
then.
thirsty, right? So I want to have a drink there, boys. So I want you to play the song, and I want George to guess what the song is that we play to drink to.
That's
Cheers.
Here we go.
Play it.
Do you know that one, George?
Well, I used to watch that program. It was in the late '60s. In the UK, it used to be on a Friday at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The banana splits.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
good call.
You're the official.
I used to love that show. It was just crazy.
Heiko apparently did too.
That's why I picked the stupid song to drink to.
But I can never remember the names of the four members of the band.
The which, sorry?
They all had names. They all had names, but I can't remember. I can't remember them. The names,
I think we went through this one night, and Derek knew most of them. Did he not?
Yeah. It's like Snorky. See, I don't remember them all either.
No, I used to at one time.
Derek knows everything. Derek's smarter than everybody. That's how we have him on the show all the time.
Derek's pretty smart.
Don't say that too much. We don't need it going to his head and him getting all cocky and shit.
No, we've had enough of people get cocky.
George, right. I don't know, but Derek is a pretty accomplished artist himself. He has been in pretty cool bands.
Yeah, he filled a lot of coloring books. He does a great job with coloring with crayons.
Yeah, he stays inside the lines, right? So
he can stay inside them. He's brilliant.
Wow. That and paint by numbers. Yeah,
right.
I know.
One of his bands, Halloween, kind of a brilliant twist. Horror.
I mean, under the current circumstances, we're all doing a bit of that, aren't we?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
coloring outside the lines. I think Bobby colored outside the lines over the past weekend, right, Bob?
Oh, really?
I think so. Allegedly.
Well, I'm not going to get him to come and paint my house then.
Hey, he's going to tattoo me, right? He's going to like dig a needle into my skin over and over again.
Oh, nice.
While we drink beer and whatever else, right?
And I point and laugh at him because he's crying.
No, you're gonna be the DD, Ter. You're gonna drive me home.
Hey, I'm sorry, but if there's alcohol involved, I do not drive.
I can't do it. I don't want to get tattooed and then, not drink. So looks like it's going to be an overnighter at Bobby's.
Wow.
Okay, Droopy, Fleeg, Snorky, and Zazoom.
I still can't believe you asked me to be your DD.
No, okay, remember that one.
Yeah. Well, come on. I think I picked up a credit or two.
What's that?
I'm like your Uber. Like I
think you're my Uber.
I think I built up a credit or two.
This coming from the guy that invites everyone out to his house, sit around the fire, and then falls asleep.
You guys are talking about Terry Code. The only DD you'll ever be is a designated drunk.
Thank you. See? Michael gets me.
Yeah.
No.
Like, come on.
He completes you.
Yeah, he completes me.
That's why they have. Never mind. I won't go there. I'll offend the real.
Right.
Hey, did I ever tell you the story when I was a DD? Did I tell you that?
Oh God, I'm not sure.
I was a DD once. I come walking out of the bar, and I walked across the street to the parking lot where the car was, and I went to put my keys in the door to unlock it, and I dropped the keys on the ground. I bent over to pick them up, and then I leaned against the car for a minute. Then I tried it again. I dropped my keys. The third time, I finally got the door unlocked. Then I banged my head trying to get it in the car. I finally sat in the car, and a cop comes walking over, and he goes, "Have you been drinking?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, why are you trying to get in your car?" I said, "Well, I'm the DD." He looked at me like, "How is that with the DD?" I said, "I'm the designated decoy," because while he was watching me, everybody else got in the car and drove away.
Wow.
And did you get your ass arrested for that?
No.
Jesus.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad.
Not
bad.
Don't be a dick.
So I want to clarify something. If you can see this on the camera.
Oh, it's a cookie.
It's an actual
Ringo's showing us his cookie.
It's a cookie guitar pick.
Oh God. Draw the curtains. Draw the curtains.
No. It's an actual Motor City Maniacs cookie shaped like a guitar pick with the logo on it. I think it's brilliant. So I have a few of these, and they were custom made.
Are they edible?
Yeah, very edible. So and then I got this other.
Yeah, but he means are they edible like in a good way? I'm assuming, right?
Well,
Mike? See, we think.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Why was this $50? I don't know.
You're so full of shit.
No, they're just.
I only know this because I asked because I thought we need to get some like Heikadlic show special cookies made up.
Oh, these are made by
right.
Oh yeah.
Sweet treat. No, Sweet Street cookies and treats. So anyway, it's like no, they're like I don't know. They're like I don't know, cookies. Whatever, like a vanilla-y kind of sweet cookie.
Yeah, there's no weed in it, is what he's saying.
Yeah, no, definitely no weed. No.
Well, that's what we were talking.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Sorry. But Hike, we could do our own version, right? Put Heikadlic in it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have special cookies. That's for sure.
Yeah, like maybe a dash. It could be mostly Heikadlic, right? And then maybe a dash of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I know what that stuff's like. You don't wake up for a while after that.
No.
It's like moisture tranquilizers in that shit.
Or fetal position, right? Like
yes. Yeah. Right.
Well, Terry, you would be proud of me. I found a really good way to help with my sore back, and that's edibles. Awesome.
Yep. Fuck yeah.
They do the trick.
I am a big supporter of the edibles. I think everyone should try them. Just don't try them and go anywhere. Drive or do anything that you shouldn't be doing because they're the fucking shit.
Yeah.
I will say this though, as far as edibles are concerned, one thing that's very different other than the high is the length of time you are high. With edibles, the high lasts way longer So if you have to go anywhere, just make sure you're waiting a good 12 hours or so, 10, 12 hours for that shit to get through you.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're still going to be high.
Yeah. You know what people do is they have an edible and they wait 20 minutes to go, oh, nothing's happening. So they have a couple more.
Yep.
Oh,
I did that the first time I ever tried them, and what a mistake that was. But yes. Yeah, and then I know you had a buddy of ours over having edibles one night, and he basically enjoyed them a little too much and kept filling his face with them, the gummies. I remember you told me that story, Heiko. And then he was high for a day or so.
Tony.
I'm gonna
he put two in his mouth and he goes, oh my God, these are so good. They're so yummy. And he grabbed a couple more and a couple more and I go, hey, stop, Tony. It's not candy. He goes, oh, but they're so good.
Okay.
He had 7 of them. First time ever trying them.
Oh my God.
I want to plug that hang on, I want to plug that cookie lady or team.
Yeah, she actually does an amazing job. That's for damn sure.
Maybe, Derek can add his butter later, but info at sweetstreetcookies.ca, just like it sounds, and it's called Sweet Street, and cookies and treats. But these are really awesome.
Where is that place?
It's somewhere in.
Oh, that's great.
Durham.
That's a hell of a plug you did there.
Well, go to info at Sweet. Hang on, let me give it to you again here.
Info at it's somewhere.
Street cookie
place.
Right, you can get a hold of them somehow.
Yeah. Website, all the details are there. Okay?
Just Google them.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we can make our own version, right?
Yeah.
So.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, I think there's a deal going on right now. Okay. Bobby's offering to pay Derek for some butter.
Now we got like drug deals going down on shit here. I'll trade you some oil for some butter.
Wow.
Yeah, this is our listening audience. Fuck yeah.
It's satire and humor. Right? It's not
That's right. This is all jokes, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody on our show or any of our listening audience does weed at all.
At all. No, allegedly not. Talk about edibles.
Or anymore.
That's like, we don't drink either, by the way.
It actually is of, edibles. Like, I mean, it's complete body stone, allegedly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And if you...
That's if it's like straight THC. But if it's CBD, then you won't.
So I saw these cookies one time. They're bigger than my head, right? And it's like, okay.
Are you sure?
You never put
your head's pretty big.
A weed-laced cookie in front of a fat guy, right? Because it's not going to be just a little. Just take a little bite. It was like, nothing.
It was like Cookie Monster, wasn't it? You were like all over it. Oh shit!
Yeah, talk about messed up. So I don't do that. So yeah.
Wow, anyway. Peter's saying he's never done weed in his life. Well, then you're missing out, dude. And I do find that hard to believe because I know how old you are, and I don't know.
Well,
Peter's a youngin.
Yeah. So
so what else, guys?
We're kind of almost at the end of the show already. Like we got about 10 minutes left. Yeah.
Yeah, 12. Much.
This new format is just like we kind of get warmed up and it's like, oh, okay, we got to land the plane already.
I know.
So Gary,
I'm just going to the fridge to get charged with my glass because I've just finished.
Good idea.
So.
Yeah,
you do.
You got to stay hydrated.
Absolutely. Gary, this weather, absolutely.
Hey, George, Gary leaves to get chicken wings. So
that's right.
Gary, do you have any emails?
We have one from Cindy, and Cindy says, "Hi guys, I'm a longtime listener of your show. I enjoy it. I also enjoy George Andrews." She says Andrews. George Andrews' show when it used to be on the air. I listen to that every once in a while. I actually wrote in several times for a request. Hi, George.
Nice.
Well,
And this year-
George missed that whole email, but Cindy,
I was
I
on the
guess used
fridge
to listen.
run.
Cindy used to listen to your
Okay.
show all the time there, George, and she just emailed to say hi and that
Hi.
she loved your show, and she's a long time
Oh,
listener of
hi,
our
Cindy.
show too.
What did she say? Where she's emailing from?
No,
She-
she's not. Cindy, if you're still listening, please write us back and let us know where you're listening from.
And thanks for listening.
Yeah, well, absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
She says she knows a bloke.
See, every
in
time George is on our show, he gets more friggin' emails than we do.
That's because he's a star.
That's right.
Actually, what's it?
She
What's
just wrote
everyone
back.
drink?
Just wrote back. Yep, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she says she is from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
That's great.
Well, thanks so
Yeah.
much for tuning in, Cindy. That's awesome.
You know what? I
Thanks
really
so much,
like Erie, Pennsylvania. In fact, Terry, you know when we have our late night kind of like cyber tours of all kinds of weird shit?
Yeah.
There's a place, we were talking about it. There's a place in Pennsylvania called Lilydale, and it's it's got all these psychics and weird, kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to go check that out next time we do a late night
Yeah.
romp through internet
And you know
land.
What's funny too is we get a lot of listeners from Boulder, Colorado.
Really?
Yeah, we
And
do.
it always back to a good place because that's where Mork is from. Mork and Mindy, remember? Boulder, Colorado.
Mark and
Not
Mindy.
that
I used to love that
Got
show.
one here, if you like it.
Yes. for sure.
Okay, go ahead, Gary.
Derek, whatever, writes in. He says, "Hi, I'm Derek from Balls Falls, Ontario. George a job. I thought tonight we'd hear MCM and Toad play a live acoustic set.
Oh, fuck, I knew that was coming. And that would be no.
Boys.
But I will say
Every-
this. Sorry, what was that, Hike?
Every single show, somebody asks.
Yeah, and that's always
What?
Derek. He makes damn sure to call in or email in to ask the same friggin' question because he knows the answer. But, you know, it's a plug, so I'll take it. But with
you
that
know
being
what?
said, we actually did start rehearsals this past Sunday again, so we will be hopefully ready to play live soon.
That's good.
Oh, did you actually find all your other band members?
I did. We didn't even recognize each other. Well, they all recognize me because I'm still, you know, sexy and shit, but I didn't recognize them. They didn't recognize each other, but, you know, other than that.
Yeah, they only recognize you because you're the only guy we know that wears a yellow banana hammock.
Okay, so that might be why, but whatever. Don't judge me.
On the outside.
What do you mean outside of my pants? There's no pants involved in that. I just show up to band practice in a yellow banana hammock. Yeah, visualize that before you go to bed tonight, mofos.
That's why I can't sleep.
Right. Well, you got lots of weed out there. You'll be fine.
I have a question. I have
Okay.
a question for Heiko because Heiko is a beer guy.
Yeah.
Let's change him up. What are you drinking tonight, Heiko?
I am drinking Daub, which is a Dortmunder export from Germany.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
I
yeah.
have
Yeah. I have that.
a glass. I have a glass full of Drambuie, which I'm drinking with it.
Ooh. Well, that Dab, they do a Dab Dark as well, don't they?
Yes, they do, and they have a light,
Oh, I love.
and they have
Yeah.
a Radler. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They got lots of
That's
nice
pretty.
stuff.
Yeah. I don't like
That's
sweet. Like Radler's a bit too sweet for me. That kind of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
because I'm a Guinness guy, and so, well, those darks I like.
I was waiting for Heiko on that. Oh, Heiko hates Guinness.
Oh,
George, what do you think
Guinness
of
isn't beer.
what do you think of Kilkenny?
Guinness is not beer. It's not beer.
Oh
not
yeah,
good.
Kilkenny
Heiko think-
Irish. Yeah, Kilkenny. Yeah,
I love Kilkenny.
I like those. I like those like Kilkennys, those kind of beers. You know.
You give it bubbles. Like, it's not beer.
Right.
Sorry.
Oh, it's beer. It's
Has anybody
it's a
ever-
staff of life, mate. It's a staff of life.
Heiko thinks
I'll tell you,
whatever beer he doesn't like isn't beer.
Well, Guinness. I understand where he's coming from because, like, I couldn't. I mean, I don't know when I started. I didn't drink a lot till I met my father-in-law, like when I met Liz. And he's the guy who introduced me to drinking when I was about 18, right? 19, or started dating Liz, whatever. So we used to go out to the pub, you know, and like he said, you know, I mean, I don't think we were even engaged or anything at that time, but he could like knock them back, right, back in the day. So we go out, just me and him and whatever, you know, I'm trying to impress him and like, boom, you know, next thing he's buying the next round. And then, you know, I've not even got halfway through that one. And it's like, he's off for another round because it's his round. And I remember going out to the pub with him in the very, very early days. And I literally used to pour a pint like in a plant pot when he went to the washroom. Because I thought, I can't look like a wimp, but I can't drink this much, right? But over the years, like Big John, I used to call him. It was Irish, right? It's Big John. They're all, you know, like Liz is Irish. He came over to the UK in '64. So I started drinking Guinness. I did some, because I used to drink Guinness and eat pizzas when I was training to do some marathons, honestly. And we were sat in the pub on Sunday afternoon. By this time, you know, I was actually drinking more than him. And he said to me, "That's not real Guinness, you know." And I went, "What do you mean it's not real Guinness?" He said, "It's just an imitation." I said, "It tastes damn good to me." I said, "Look at it. It's just like fantastic." He said, "No, if you want real Guinness, you have to go to Ireland and try it there."
Really?
So I mean, I loved it anyway, you know. And we went over, I think it was 1984. We went over just to check out where Liz was from. You know, it was one of those things like, oh, yeah, let's go over, check it out. Because they used to live on a farm and all that before they came to England. And I remember, we were in a hotel. I drove over, got the ferry, drove over, and, you know, I'm I'm bursting for a beer. So, go down to the bar and have a beer. It was like 7 o'clock in the evening. Ordered a beer. And they line them up there on the bar. I don't know if you know that. They'll have like 6 or 7 pints, about 3/4 full. And as you order them, they'll top them up. And then they'll put like a shamrock in the top. Just everywhere you go. I thought it was just, when I went to the hotel, I thought, oh, that's just a novelty thing they do here. But like we were in Dublin and that, in the pubs there, everywhere does it. But anyway, that first pint I had, and I remember I can almost taste it today. And I went, you know, John's right. It tastes completely different. This is real Guinness. And it was like funny, you know. And so I remember going on a night out once.
We're gonna have to make it then, because I've only had Guinness here, and it doesn't taste like anything. And they put it's a bit of the bubbles in it. So to me, it's not beer. So I think we must go there and try out the real stuff.
It's a stout, right? It's a stout. I mean, they actually used to give Guinness in hospitals to pregnant women and all that because of the iron.
I love a dark beer.
Content.
Dragon Stout is great.
Yeah. So. It's a meal.
So guys, we have about 2 minutes left, and
we're almost out of time.
So maybe before we'll go out on a good note here, and thanks for being with us, George. And we're gonna do one more cheers for your new grandson and
granddaughter, Georgia. Her name's Georgia.
Daughter, Georgia. Yes.
Georgia. Yeah. I've got a hat trick of girls, granddaughters. Yeah. I've got Charlie, Charlotte, Tanacha, and now Georgia. Nice. To look after me in my old age. Look after old granddad.
Yeah.
So cheers.
Make a fuss of me.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
We didn't miss any emails or anything, did we?
No, that was it.
Okay, good.
That's it.
All right.
Oh, that's yes.
So, what? Any last words?
Well, other than George showing the front of that cover of that AC/DC album, as soon as he showed it, I'm like, oh yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Okay.
Blow up your video.
Blow up your video. That's right.
Blow up your video.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right, Hike, take her away, brother.
No last words? Okay, that's it. Well, I do want to thank George for being a guest on our show. Wonderful, George.
Pleasure.
I hope you come on again. You're always a blast.
Absolutely. Anytime.
And I want to thank our listeners. We had people on the internet, Scott, Peter, Derek, and Bobby. And people that emailed us in was Carl from Windsor, John Pierce, Cindy from Erie, Pennsylvania, and Derek from Balls Falls, Ontario. Thank you so much, people, for being a part of our show. And I hope you join us next Monday at 9:30 for another episode of the Heikadlic Show. What do you think of that?
Woohoo.
Really?
Hey, boys, time to sign off.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you
Heiko. Cheers.
for listening to the Heikadlic Show on Reality Radio 101.
101.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bastards.
Oh.
I'm a sad man.